Welcome to a wee bit of cooking. I'm Mike Thompson, and this week we're going to be making chocolate chip cookies with Mandarin orange. We're following a recipe from Michael McCamley's book. So if you don't know Michael, he's a gluten-free chef and he's been producing great dishes for a long time. This is his book, Gluten-free Baking. So the link will be below and on the website. You can get it on Amazon. It's a superb book, especially if you're new to gluten-free baking. He does his own flour blends, he has his own way of producing delicious foods, but it's not overly complex. There's great photos in the book and easy to follow recipes. So I mean, this is a single page to get great chocolate chip cookies with orange. So I've got all the ingredients laid out here. I'm going to take you through them. It's very easy to make and we'll enjoy some chocolate chip cookies. It's only 5 weeks to Christmas, so these are perfect for freshly baked or for freezing and storing for when people come around. So join us again for a wee bit of cooking. So we have our ingredients all set out. We have dark chocolate. This is not baking chocolate, this is plain, it's dark chocolate, but it's ordinary chocolate, not cooking chocolate. So it's just been cut up roughly. It's up to yourself, you can buy bags of chunks. Again, the recipe and all the details are below and on the website. But I've just roughly cut them. So they've got some pretty big chunks in there and some little fine bits. And then we've taken a quarter of that out for topping the cookies. So this will go into our mix and these will be sprinkled on top. We have some soft brown sugar, some caster sugar, butter, a beaten egg, gluten-free plain flour. Now in the recipe it uses xanthan gum. I don't have any xanthan gum, so I'm using some gelatin. So I've had this soaked in cold water. The ratio for gelatin, if you're replacing xanthan gum, is 2 to 1. So I want half a teaspoon of xanthan gum. So in that case I have 1 teaspoon of gelatin. So half a teaspoon of xanthan gum is 1 teaspoon of gelatin. If you can get xanthan gum, and that's what's in the recipe, it's better to go with it. It's also cheaper. I was looking for it in Tesco's and couldn't get it. It was one of the medium-sized Tesco's. I know you can get it in Sainsbury's, so if people see it out there and they know where to get it regularly, add it in the comments for other folks to find. So xanthan gum and gelatin. Gelatin sheets can be a little expensive as well. They tend to be £3 to £4 for about 13 grams. So it's great for nice desserts and specialist desserts, but it's got to be something quite special. We also have a little cocoa powder and bicarbonate of soda. And finally our orange zest and orange juice. So these are all going to go together. It's pretty straightforward. We're going to cream our sugars and our butter together. So we'll put our soft brown sugar straight in the bowl, our caster sugar, and our butter. So you can use a machine. I'm just doing this by hand. It's a little bit handier here, but we're just going to cream this all together. You can chop the butter up just to make it easier to blend in. I have it as a lump here. Basically we're going to get this creamed, and when that's done then we'll get started in adding in the rest of our ingredients. So we'll come back in a wee minute and we'll get this ready for mixing. So I'm creaming the sugar and the butter together. So it's come to the stage where it's forming together into a ball. So it's still lumpy. You can clearly see the difference between the butter and the sugars, but it's all on a single piece. So what I'm doing is just taking the spatula and squashing it together. So it's creaming it, really just pressing it together to blend it. So if you're doing it with a machine, it's much faster, and then it's easier to tip in the other ingredients. But I quite like doing things by hand. Get you a little bit closer to the food. It just gives you a sense of how it's progressing. Certainly gives you a nice idea of what it looks like very slowly. And then next time you do it in the machine, you know exactly what you're looking for and you can't overwork it. In this case it's just creaming it together, so it's pretty straightforward. So, just going to keep squashing that, pressing it in, mixing it around, making sure it's thoroughly mixed, and then we'll get ready for our next set of ingredients. That's our butter and sugar creamed, so nicely combined, it's pretty smooth. Next thing in is to beat in our egg. So we're just gonna, this is an egg which is already beaten, so just taking the yolk and the white together and thoroughly mixed it with a fork. So you don't want to pour this all in together, you just want to gradually beat it in. So I'm just going to put a little bit in and give that a beat around until it's well mixed and the egg has been taken up by the mixture. And once that's happened, we'll add in the next bit and just keep going until all the egg has been used up. Don't be tempted to rush it, because you don't want to mess up your mix at this stage. You don't want it to be too wet and not combined. You'll end up with lumps. So make sure it's nice and slowly, and that gives you a good basis for adding in the rest of your ingredients. That's it, coming together again. Quite a nice mixture. So we'll keep adding it until we get through all of the egg. We'll get one more after this. Coming together, it looks much more like a cake mix now. And last one. So that's all our egg combined. Just finishing it off, and we can start to add in the rest of our ingredients. So we literally just add everything else in together. Just before we do, if you don't use the zest of oranges or lemons too much, this is a grater, just with 4 sides, and the side with the very small sharp points on it is your zester. And you're looking to get the orange off the cut of the sort of outside of the orange, just that. Once you start to see the white, that's the pith, and you don't want that because it gets too bitter. So you just want the orange. So running your orange over the zesting side collects it on the outside here and on the inside, and you can drop that into your juice. And you can also get little zesting wands, which are super things. Basically it's the same as this on the zesting side, but just a long stick. You can run it up and down your orange or your lemons. It's very handy. With our gelatin, I've soaked it in water, just cold water for 5 minutes, and then drained it, and we're left with that sticky gelatin goop, which we'll scoop out and add to our mix. And the rest is just our plain flour, our cocoa and bicarbonate soda. So it just says to mix it all in, so you don't need to gradually work it through, but what I'm going to do is just add them one at a time and bring it together. So this is our dark chocolate. our gelatin. It's still a sheet, it's still in sheet form, but that'll break up as we mix it. It is wet and sticky. We have our cocoa powder and our bicarbonate of soda. And of course our flour, and it doesn't matter what order, the idea is just to get them all in together, but I just want to get some of the flour in to give me a chance to get it mixed before I put the whole lot in. The rest of it in. Now we're going to bring the rest of the mix together by hand, just to form it into a ball, and once we're ready at that stage, then we can get it out and start to get it shaped into cookies. So I'm just going to give that a quick mix. Now we can get our hands in and start to work it together. So I've mixed all the ingredients together by hand. It comes together very, very quickly, and we just have a ball. So literally just been trying to get in the bowl here in a bowl. I think I forgot to mention earlier that my gelatin that was added in was soaked in cold water for 5 minutes, but it was then warmed very quickly just on the stove to melt it. And as soon as it was liquid, poured into the rest of the ingredients. So again, it's something you don't have to do with the xanthan gum. You can just add it in as a teaspoon or a half teaspoonful. So this is to make about 10 cookies. So this has come together nicely now as a ball. I've cleared away a few dishes there and a light bit of flouring on the table, and we have our ball. So it's a little bit sticky, just a tiny bit, so that's great. It's nice and easy to work. What we want to do is break it up into about 8 to 10 different balls, and then we can press them out onto our cookie tray. So that's our ball. Just going to divide it in half. Half again. It's going to be 4. And go again. So you can see some of those nice big chunks of chocolate in there. So those are going to be lovely later on. The nice thing is, this only takes 15 minutes to cook in the oven. Actually, the longest part of this is just measuring out the ingredients. So as soon as you have that done, it's a few minutes to pull the ingredients together and 15 minutes in the oven. So it's a great quick recipe for freshly baked cookies, for a super chocolatey smell in the house, and just to have something gluten-free ready to go. So there we go, so 2, 4, 6, 8. That's us. So I've got the oven preheated, it's up to 180 degrees. We're just going to flatten these out onto our baking tray. So, baking tray, a little bit of butter on it to grease it, and then a bit of baking parchment on top. So we'll pop these on and just space them out to see how they see how they sit. So you're going to need plenty of room for them to spread out. So you can divide them up into a couple of trays. Okay, so these are pretty much ready to go. They're a little too tight together, so they are probably going to stick together a bit, but not too worried. We have our chocolate chunks that we kept over, so we're just going to press those into the top. Well, they're actually a bit too big to sprinkle, so we'll see how they turn out there. I think they're going to stay pretty big and solid, but I've never heard anyone complain about large chocolate chunks in their cookies. Those nicely pressed in. Yeah, I can definitely see these spreading to combine, but not to worry. Last of our chocolate on there. That's them ready to go. So oven's on 180 degrees, and we're just going to pop them in for 15 minutes. And that's it. So I'll cool them down, and we'll come back in a few minutes and see how they taste. So our cookies are done. It's just them finishing. I've turned out the oven. I'm just going to lift them out and see how they look. Interestingly, they haven't spread too much at all, which is great. Got a little bit bigger, but that little bit of bicarbonate soda has given them quite a good rise. So they look superb. I can also tell you that they smell spectacular and very chocolatey and orangey. So I'm looking forward to these. They're cooling wraps that out here. Let me just see. Avoid the giant melty chunks of chocolate, but still nice and soft. Squishy. It's crispy. You can see it's cracked on the top, so it's got a really nice cookie appearance, but it's still squishy. So they're going to be just lovely inside. So we're going to get them cooled first of all. Make sure they're all on there so they don't hang over the edge and then harden with a curved base. So that's them, ready to go. So we'll give those a few minutes to cool, and that'll be us ready for some tasting. So our cookies have cooled down for a bit. I'm just going to crack them open here and see how they look. They look great. They're nice and chewy, and obviously if we let them cool a bit longer, they'll be nice and crunchy as well. These are still a little bit soft, but they're good. I'm very chocolatey. Very milky, chocolatey. In the picture, Michael has them much thinner, so you can see we need to squash them down a fair bit more, maybe make them a little bit smaller, get them nice and thin. They'll be a little crisper as well. But what we have there is pretty big, thick, chunky chocolate chunk and Mandarin orange, and there's a great smell of chocolate and orange around the kitchen and a lovely flavour to them. So they're definitely well worth making again. Maybe just make them a little bit smaller and definitely a bit thinner. So roll them out a little bit more, squash them down with the back of a spoon just to get them that little bit thinner. But super cookies, and looking forward to eating some more of those. So if you enjoyed that, and again, if you make anything at home, anything that we're cooking on the show or something of your own, please do share it with us. Send us the links for the videos and share the recipes. And if you do look out and for xanthan gum or the gelatin powders particularly, let us know where you find them so that we can share it with the others and everyone can enjoy making some delicious food coming up to Christmas. So I hope you've enjoyed all that, and hopefully see you next week. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and anywhere else you can find us, all the usual channels, and check in on the website and leave us comments and ideas as well, things you'd like to see. We've only got, say, 5 weeks up to Christmas, so there'll only be a few more shows of Christmas food. So do get your ideas and suggestions in as soon as you can. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you again next week.